In this video, I'm gonna talk about the new super clean, easy spray aerosol can. So I'm gonna show you how I use it, my thoughts, overall feedback on an engine bay, on 2 sets of tires, a set of wheel, and well, a wheel, and some exterior trim. So if you followed my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm a huge user of Super Clean. I've been a customer for the last 2 years. I've used their Super Clean on 150 plus vehicles now. So I'm a big fan, customer, user of their products. Now this one they sent back a while back. I'm just now getting around to testing it. And on the bottle, it says that you can use it for just about anything. Brakes, grills, engines, tools, driveways, outdoor furniture, stainless steel, fiberglass, concrete, kitchen, bathrooms, marine, outdoor furniture, a bunch of things. But since I'm a detailer, I do detailing on this channel, we're gonna do it on a vehicle. Now my engine bay isn't dirty. I understand that. The next time I'm able to clean a really dirty engine bay is, I don't know, it depends on the customer, when they call me, the budget, the weather, and then trying to get a camera out and actually record that. So I don't know when the next time I'm actually gonna have a dirty engine bay in front of me. But this is what I have to do the test. So we'll spray, and as you can see, it foams up pretty well. So this is maybe like 5 inches away from the surface, about a foot now, and it foams up pretty well. Whoops. Now as you can see here, it gets all over the can here because of the foaming. So I'm gonna just give it one good. Now my engine bay is probably moderately warm, so you see how it quickly dissolves, and you can see the brown effect of it dissolving the pollen and the dirt. So it is working in that manner. Now I don't know how you guys are gonna want the effect of the foam. Like, do you guys want the foam to be there? Because if my engine, it is like the most slightest warm possible. So, you know, if you're in hot weather conditions, then it's gonna dry or evaporate much quicker. But it is running down, so that's good. I'm gonna try it here. You guys can't really see from the camera. Tip it over. Yes, there's that right there. And that seems to holding up a lot better because it's not hot, I'm assuming, because this here, let me see right here. Well, it's holding up pretty well. But then maybe I just didn't put enough. And you can kind of hear it sizzling, breaking it down. So now let me just spray everything and let me give it a quick cleaning. Because again, mine's not that dirty, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm gonna do the most work here. So let's just spray everything down. And the thing that my thing with aerosol cans is that although they're great, I've used some in the past in terms of dressing engine bays and such, is that once you run out, you run out. So you have to buy in either bulk or just buy multiple of the cans. Because an aerosol can, just like with dressing, it does help get into all the nooks and crannies. Like, you can cover a much more specific, much better area with an aerosol can, without a doubt. So now I'm just gonna take the hose. This is a basic spigot, just basic water hose, and then just rinse it down. So these results aren't going to be perfect because me just doing this is already cleaning more of it as well. But I kind of want to dry it a little bit off so you can see the water hides the dirt and such. So once you dry it, you kind of see the true results. But as I'm drying it, I am technically cleaning off some of that dirt and pollen that's on there as well. So that's helping the aerosol clean it in terms of, instead of just seeing the true results of spraying the super clean and then rinsing it down. I understand that part. It's not gonna be perfect, guys. Just a quick video to show you guys what's up. But I would say overall though, for like light cleaning, maybe you want to run to the auto parts store, get some oil for your vehicle, and then you're like, you know what? Whoops. And then you're like, you know what? Let me clean my engine bay real quick. I haven't touched it up in a while. I think this would be an absolutely perfect fit for something like that because, and I'm trying to be neutral here because, you know, I don't know how it's gonna perform in a super, you know, sticky, tough engine bay that you haven't cleaned in a while. So I don't know about that. So based just off of what I'm seeing here, and again, I know guys, don't be trying to trouble like that engine wasn't even dirty. You're a hack, dude. Come on, I'm working with what I got here, trying to show you guys what it can do. So just based off of the original condition and just the buildup and just spraying super clean and then rinsing it down, I'm gonna say it did a fairly decent job. I've cleaned at this point probably hundreds of engine bays, so you know this wasn't the toughest. This is probably a super easy engine bay to clean. But like I said, it looks like it did a good job breaking down the very light level surface of dirt and debris that was on there, breaking it down, dissolving it, and then letting the water carry it away. And you don't necessarily have to rinse it down with something like this. Like, even if this was super dirty, like let's say it was a little dirtier than what it is right now. But even if it was a lot dirtier than this, you could still spray this down, right? Spray this down. Spray your engine brush spray the cleaner into your engine brush. And then work this area, right? It doesn't have to be with a brush, it could be with a towel if you'd like. Right, let's work this area, get this all nice and cleaned up. So right now, after I sprayed and agitated, the best thing would be to just use a hose and rinse this down, no problem. Now, if you don't have access to a water hose, no biggie. I'm sure you have access to just a spray bottle with water inside of it, and you could just literally rinse it down like this, right? Rinse it down like that. And that's another option, right? But you could do this across the vehicle. Or something else you can do is spray down, agitate with your brush, and as you got it, as it is right there, wipe it down with a towel. Yes, I understand there's gonna be limitations, not the most efficient, harder to get with a towel than a hose, of course, but if you're limited, if whatever your situation is, this is also another great option for you, because I've done this in the past as well, so coming from experience here. So it actually cleaned up really nicely, if you guys can tell there. It cleaned up very, very nice. I didn't really clean too much right there on the hinge or whatever that part is, but it did come out really nice. So here's just another example what I'm referring to, where you just spray and wipe instead of needing to rinse it down. So here, well, if you can't really see that, but here it is dirty right here. I haven't really cleaned that part when I'm washing the vehicle or anything, just because I really don't have a need to. So what I'll literally do is just do this, spray, right? And again, you can use a brush and start agitating and then rinse, or just take your towel as is. There's a bit of foaming, and this is definitely gonna work when you're in more cool, shaded environments. I can only assume, like, if you're in the sun, which there's sun out there, but I just don't feel like taking the car outside, is that it will evaporate way faster. So you will want to work in sections compared to trying to do like the entire engine bay or whatever you're cleaning at once. So take your towel and literally just wipe right there, and it is cleaning up very, very nicely. This section here was actually dirty because I've never really cleaned that section in a while. Well, it's been a while since I cleaned that section, so it actually cleaned up very, very nicely. And that was in a simple, you spray, wipe off. So now let's give this a go on a tire. I just lightly cleaned it a few days ago, so it's not that dirty. Obviously the sun's hitting directly on it. I'm trying to get an angle for you guys to where I'm not covering the tire with my shade, so I'm gonna be standing to the side, so I'm probably gonna look really awkward right now. So the tire's pretty hot. I'm not gonna clean the wheel because they're wheelies. So let's see. You can see all the browning just rolling off, and you can, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's steam coming off the tire because it's so hot. And let me rinse. And speed up the drying process to see if there's any much of a difference between the clean side and the unclean side. So I did clean the whole tire a few days ago, like just very quickly. Like, it wasn't a thorough cleaning at all. I just quickly went over it with a tire brush just to get off like some rain and mud that we had. So let's see if there's any difference. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying the results of cleaning it, because I had already quickly touched it up. So I'm just trying to see what what it did, if anything. Yeah, so actually, to my surprise, it cleaned it up very well. I don't know how good it's catching it on camera, but this left side here is actually way, well, you know, that's my fault here for not agitating closer to the wheel. But this side right here is actually much just more natural looking, just the rubber itself. And this side, you can still see very light brownish effect, which again, I cleaned it a few days ago, but I didn't do a thorough process because that wasn't the point. Anyhow, it did clean very well on the tire wall, on the sidewall. So now I'm gonna try it out on this plastic panel, on this on the cow hood right here. This one's moderately dirty actually. As you can see here, a lot of dirt buildup, grime, pollen. So this actually be a good test to see how it acts. So you see here how it's staying foamed a lot longer than what I showed on the engine bay or parts of the engine bay and on the tire. I'm just gonna assume because it's not hot at all that's actually able to stay there. The warmer it is, either the surface or, well, the surface and the temperature outside, it'll evaporate a lot quicker. So it's staying in foam form longer. I'm just gonna come take a towel and wipe this all down. Which I am a fan of, like it stays there. There's no runoff. You can be you can be specific of where you're spraying and it's gonna stay there. So I do like that. I'm actually a big fan of that. So let me wipe all this down. Yeah, and now I'm touching it here, completely dry to the touch. There's no dirt, no grime, and those are pretty good results. I very happy with how that came out. Now, like I said, when it comes to cleaning the surfaces and it's not hot, like this tire that I'm cleaning right now is actually not hot. It was in a shaded area. I brought it up to the driveway. That way you guys can see the tire in the sun. And it actually didn't dissolve so as quickly as, let's say, the engine bay, because the engine bay was already somewhat warm enough to already, like, to, you know, more quickly dissolve the foam, as opposed to the tire on this, as opposed to the foam on this tire. It's not that hot or hot at all, so it's sitting there for a little longer before it dissolves. And I will say it broke down a lot of the dirt. I was actually very surprised at how strong it was, because those tires haven't been cleaned in a while. And you know, even, and just for transparency's sake of the products, is that it cleaned it up very, very nicely. But remember, you have the cleaner and then you have the media or the application of the cleaner. So if you just spray on the cleaner and then rinse it off and you think that's gonna clean the entire tire or wheel or whatever surface you're cleaning, then you're gonna be disappointed. But if you go in with the proper brush and the proper skill and the proper knowledge of how to apply that product or cleaner with whatever media you have, then that's where the results really kick in. So it's not just saying, does this cleaner, whether it's Super Clean or whatever other product you're using, does this give me the best results? It's, you know, this element you put in the overall factory of things you have to assemble in order to get you the desired result. In this case, yeah, it worked out great. It cleaned the tire great. It cleaned the wheel great. On the wheel, like I said, it has more, I feel like it had a lot of lubricants on the wheel as I was cleaning, compared to when I use the chemical, the liquid form of APC. And as you can tell, this is just with the cleaner. There's no dressing on it or anything, and there is a huge difference. So it worked really, really well as I was cleaning it. It felt very smooth on the wheel as I was cleaning it. Like there was a lot of lubricity on it that I didn't feel like I had to keep on spraying more and more, usually like what I do with a liquid form. So it actually came out really, really well. So overall, what are my thoughts of this? I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how tough it is. I thought because it was more, and granted, I didn't go against like a grill or something that's much worse, so take it for what it is. But I was very pleased with the cleaning of the surfaces that I tested it on. I didn't think it was gonna have such a kick as it did, but it actually did a very, very well job. Now, where do I primarily see me using this? If I eventually have a shop or I'm working out of my garage or something, and it's just something I have on buy, I'll use it. But just because I'm doing this as a business, I'm just not as far as practical use on a daily basis across a variety of vehicles. Would I take this with me as a primary source of a cleaner? No, but if you're more of, this is more of like, you know, you go buy some oil for your vehicle at, you know, wherever. You can buy these like at Walmart, Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly's, and you're like, you know what? Let me clean my engine bay real quick, or you know what? My wheels and tires have been dirty. Let me touch them up real quick. Then this is where it'll thrive. Like, you don't want to spend that much money. Maybe you just want to try something, have a, you know, test something out yourself. You want to have a bit of fun in the driveway with something that, you know, you haven't really tested out. Then this is an absolute perfect fit for that. Am I gonna say to like someone that's doing 3 cars a day, you have to use this aerosol can? No, because in my opinion, I'm just not a fan of aerosol cans in, you know, in high volume applicational uses when you're doing this as a business. You know, using this is gonna get you farther than buying several of these when it comes to cleaning services for detailing at least. So that's my overall take. I will be using this. Like, it is fun. It's fun to use. It's fun for the foam. It does a great job cleaning. I'm not gonna use this. Most likely won't use it in business applications as far as like actually serving customers, but it is good. Like, just the same process of like when you apply a dressing with an aerosol can onto an engine bay is the same principles of this, but just in a cleaner form, where you can get in very specific areas. This can get into all the grooves and nooks and crannies in the engine bay that you normally have to work a little harder with a chemical, with a liquid form, for the engine bay. So that does have, that's a bigger pro. But it will, you know, it will run out because it's so easy to dispense that you can easily just hold the trigger, you know, because you're not actually pulling the trigger, you're just pressing down on a little pump here, or whatever you want to call this. So it's much easier to dispense. It's funner to look at, so you kind of want to use a bit more. So those are the drawbacks. But overall, I will give it, you know, I would recommend it to those that want to test it out, want a weekend clean on your vehicles. It's a great fit. So if you have any questions, comments, leave that in the comment section down below. And I'll see you on the next one.